Well, good morning, everyone. This is Thursday, July the 8th. I am Gail Dudley with your news in motion, and I am so excited about today. I woke up in such a peaceful, anointed space, and I'm inviting you to come into that space with me this morning. We do have some news. News wasn't really hopping like it was last Thursday, but we still have some news. And then I decided I'm going to give you another workshop. It's just going to be on this Thursday. So come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. Let me know who's in here. Come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Pastor Alex. So you survived your first tropical storm, hurricane. Talk to us about Elsa. Good morning, Marion Jackson. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Kenny Stanley. Good morning to you. Listen, y'all, news is kind of slow today. I still have some news, but I'm going to spend a bulk of this time talking about your business or a startup or side hustle. So if you know anyone who needs any of this information, go ahead and share the link and tell them to come on over because I'm talking business today. Good morning, Lori Wallace. Good morning, Pastor Antoinette. Good morning, Adrian. Good morning, Gwendolyn. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am so excited about today. Again, when God is in it, it's just amazing. It's just beautiful. Pastor Alex, I'm singing your words open up every day since you've been speaking them. Actually, since the time I got the call from your beautiful bride, Laura. Is there something that God is doing? Good morning, Deborah Johnson. Good morning, Yvonne. Pastor Alex says, I'm in Dallas, so I missed the tropical storm. Good for you. Good for you that you were out of there. Good morning to everybody. Again, if you know anybody who's working a business, a side hustle, thinking about it, go ahead and share this link and tell them to come on over because I'm giving y'all workshop number 2 today. Good morning, Karen. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This morning, we had the worship music going throughout the house. And the song that keeps resonating with me this morning is the song, You Know My Name. You Know My Name. That song is just, oh, how you talk with me. Yeah, that song. And oh, how you walk with me. And oh, how you tell me that I am your own. Yeah, that song is just all up in me this morning. And God is directing everything that we're doing. I don't know if I can stress that enough. I know I have people who join us from different religious backgrounds, but they still say they get something when I share. Good morning, Elisa. But yeah, that song, You Know My Name, it's almost like it's implanted in me. Again, oh, how you walk with me. You just turned it off, Kenny Stanley. Listen, that song, there was something that was bubbling and it was saying to me that there's something in the atmosphere. Oh, how you walk with me. Oh, how you talk with me. And I think I'm flipped in the two. Oh, how you tell me that I am your friend. Oh my gosh, just all of that. Good to hear that, Pastor Alex. Good news, there was no damage to your house. Praise the Lord for that. Good morning, Kelly Stanley. Good morning to you. So yeah, y'all, that song is just resonating with me and I'm gonna get off of it. But that song is just speaking to me this morning. Again, if you know anybody who's doing a business side hustle, freelancing, writer, publishing, whatever, have them come on over. I'm gonna give some business. I'm gonna give you another workshop today. All right, so y'all, those are the shout outs. We do have news as well, and that's coming. Good morning, Pastor Annette. Good morning. So let's go ahead, y'all, and do what we do. We got to get this party started. So let me give you the quote for this week. There it is. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I'll read that again. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? That's Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19. So there that is this morning. All right, so many of you were asking me yesterday when we were working out with Molly, was that not amazing? Please talk to me about that. I think Molly was absolutely off the chain yesterday. I was so excited to have Molly with us. Good morning, Diane Ladybug. Good morning to you. Many of you were asking, well, what exactly do you do? Good morning, Davia. Good morning. And so I thought I would start there, and then I'll go into the news. We do have news. I thought I would start there because you all said I rushed through and they wanted to know. Again, you didn't get your ding today. I don't know what's going on with that, Diane Lady, but I think every now and then you have to go back and refresh. I don't know. Just set your alarm clock for 7:25 a.m. Eastern and put on there NIM family gathering or whatever. Yeah, Molly is fabulous. Yes. Now, again, good morning, Danielle. I don't want to I'm not trying to give you my prescription, if you will, because I am convinced, and I think Molly said this yesterday as well, I am convinced that you have to do what works for you. Like even this is big up top. I lose weight up top and then it goes down. I don't know why it doesn't work the other way. But here are the 7 things that I suggest that people do. Number 1, start with reading Psalms 139. And again, I know there's people on here that are not followers of Jesus, so you have to read something else that speaks to you. But for me, I started by reading Psalm 139. From there, I spent time in meditation and prayer. I just spent time asking God, what was I supposed to do? What did I need to focus on? What did I need to identify with? And then I was really taking time to evaluate myself to get to know me better. Good morning, Stephanie. To get to know me better. And I was asking myself some tough questions like, how do you feel when you eat certain things? How many hours of sleep are you getting? Are you really taking the time to breathe? Are you making the decision to be still? So begin there. And I was also very honest with myself, and some things I didn't like, but it is what it is. And then number 4, I decided the spot that I was going to begin. And for me, I began on Pentecost Sunday. That's when I began. And then I realized that I was not in a race. I was not competing against anybody. And then I also said, no one else needs to know what it is that I'm doing. That I did not need to get anyone's validation to do what I was doing. Because sometimes when we share our journey of what we're eating or how we're exercising or what we're doing, we will have people that come alongside us and say, well, that doesn't work. Well, that's not good for you. Y'all, you are uniquely made, so you have to do what's best for you. You really do. You have to do it. And then agree with yourself to make changes if you see that something isn't working. You have to agree to yourself that I'm going to make changes with this. So for those of you who were asking, that is what I've been doing. Some of you wanted some details. This is what I will tell you. I am trying my best. Good morning, Dr. Kim Carter. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Cherie. Good morning, Kimberly Grace. Wow, y'all come up in here. I think I came on a little bit earlier today because I was just excited. I was in this place of just peace. So some people were saying, well, give me your menu. I don't have a menu to give you. What God told me, this is again for me, he told me to not do anything with added sugar. So I stopped doing anything with added sugar. Yep, I stopped. The other thing, and I stopped cold turkey. Seriously. Now, when I went to my parents, I think I said this yesterday, when I went to my parents for the anniversary celebration, their 65th wedding anniversary on this Sunday, they're going to say, Gail, get some cake and ice cream. And you, what are you going to tell your 85-year-old parents? You're not going to eat it? So what I did, and my siblings are on here, they'll tell you I did this. Good morning, Julie Bryce. Good morning, Kim Edmondson. What I did was I let them cut me a piece and put some ice cream. I took a bite, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was so sweet. It like made me sick. And then my nephew was sitting next to me. I just kind of like slid it over to him and said, here, eat this. And he was like, okay, because that gave him 2 pieces, and he wasn't supposed to have any. So Auntie Gail messed up anyway. But anyway, we worked together, but that's what worked for me. So I gave up added sugar. I'm really spending time in meditation, and I'm taking my time to breathe. I'm taking my time to breathe. I'm doing stretches. I'm walking. I'm not really lifting weights or anything like that. But y'all, listen, regardless of any of that, and I'm also not drinking any soda. I have not had any Starbucks. I have not had any coffee. I'm doing straight water. Yep. Yep. I did have a mimosa on the anniversary day for News in Motion. Yep. Good morning, Riakas. Good morning, Hester. But again, you have to do what works for you, y'all. That's what's important. So y'all can go back and look at the video from yesterday with Molly. Molly showed y'all stuff. Molly gave some really great information. And we're going to have more people back because I realize what we're doing when it comes to voter education, voter registration, civic engagement, and things like that. I realize that we also need to be healthy to do that, mind, body, and spirit. All right, y'all. So yes, yesterday, I am happy to say, not that I should be happy to say it, but it was so amazing to see that News in Motion was the first to report about the Haitian president being assassinated. And I'm thinking, why aren't these other news sources knowing this? And they started coming on later on, and then they really didn't want to even talk about it. And I'm like, now, if this was somebody else, y'all would be playing this 24/7. So y'all, that's out there. But they have captured 4 people, and I believe they fatally shot all 4 of them. And well, let's see, they fatally shot 4 of them, and 2 of them were arrested in a hostage takeover situation. So that's what's happening there. We're going to continue to bring you reports on that because we think it's important. We know that we have people over there, especially from churches, doing missionary work and so forth. So we need to keep you abreast to that. So I'm going to do that. Now, y'all, as much outrage as you had when it came to Sha'Carri Richardson, make sure you have just as much outrage when it comes to Shelby Houlihan. We also reported that here on News in Motion. I believe it was last week or the week before. Y'all, she's the women's American 5,000 and 1,500 meter record holder and Olympic contender, but she is now banned from competing for 4 years. She's banned from competing for 4 years because of a steroid. But everyone agrees the steroid came from the pork, which came from the burrito. Y'all remember me talking about this? So y'all, we need to be just as outraged about Shelby as we are about Sha'Carri. We need to still be outraged. They all say it was the burrito. Well, if it was the burrito, let her run. Let her run. Let her run. Y'all talking about the Olympics, and maybe this is just it. Maybe we just don't need any Olympics this year. Talking about the Olympics, the Tokyo Olympics Committee likely won't have any spectators now in the hands of Japan because they have declared a state of emergency due to COVID-19. They have declared a state of emergency due to COVID-19. So maybe y'all just don't need to do that. Now, this picture, I made sure I blurred it out, but I'm gonna leave it up here for a moment. Yeah, the Hill is reporting they are covered in white masks. So they've gone from hoods to masks. Philadelphia police say white supremacists recorded marching near City Hall and shouting phrases like the election was stolen and reclaim America. But now they ran away as residents began to pursue them, appearing to deploy smoke bombs for cover. In the footage of the group captured Saturday, a number of members, most whom wore white masks, could be seen with U.S. flags and shields in hands as they marched. A few could also be seen holding a larger banner which read, "Reclaim America." Now, y'all, this is a bit much. Now, the Southern Poverty Law Center has described this group as the Patriot Front, as a white nationalist hate group that was formed after the deadly Unite the Right, the rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. That was in August 2017. Y'all, the group is also known for its ties to the white supremacist group Vanguard America. Now, what they're trying to do and what they're finding from intel, from Secret Service, CIA, and so forth, I'm even feel weird even saying that. I'm like, how much of this do I report? But anyway, because I think we should know. They're saying that because so many were arrested, I think they're now up to 516 that have been arrested from the January the 6th insurrection, that they're now covering their faces with white masks so that no one would know who they are. So y'all just be aware of your surroundings. Again, no fear, but be aware of your surroundings. I think that is so important. Let me see what some of you are saying. Why are Black folks talking about boycotting the Olympics, watching it? I don't know. I don't know about that one. Stop, just stop. Yep, keep that mask on. Y'all talking about COVID-19. I gotta remember, y'all are the timeline's a little bit different. So y'all, let me know your thoughts about what happened in Philadelphia, especially. All right, y'all, but here's the problem. And I just looked at this and I was watching things unfold yesterday. What was happening yesterday and what's been going on with these marches around the United States is that we still have this person who has now come back on the scene. He was quiet for a couple months, if you want to say he was quiet, but now Donald Trump, that's his name, Donald Trump, the former occupant of the Oval, he is now suing Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook and Jack Dorsey of Twitter, and this is CNN Business reporting. Yep, he's suing them. He's like, they banned him after the January the 6th insurrection. They suspended him, then they banned him. Then Twitter banned him permanently. Now Trump is fighting back, saying that it's all unconstitutional and it's un-American, and that he wants his right to be able to speak. He shouldn't be censored. He was a president, and then he goes on to say he's still the president because it was stolen from him. So already there's some other stuff that's starting. So be mindful of that. Now, y'all, I'm talking not the airplane. I'm talking Delta, the COVID variant. Please pay attention to this, y'all. Please pay attention. And I'm going to read this so I'm not messing it up. The highly contagious COVID-19 is now believed to be the dominant strain in the U.S. I'm talking the Delta variant. This is an alert. This is a warning that came out at 3:03 a.m. this morning. I'll read that again. Delta, the highly contagious COVID-19, is now believed to be the dominant strain in the U.S. The most recent, now remember, CDC and World Health Organization, they weren't on the same page. Listen. The most recent CDC data shows it's been responsible for more than half of the new infections and detected in all 50 states. It is now detected the Delta. There's also Delta Plus. It has now been detected in all 50 states. The variant seems to also be putting up a fight against the vaccines. Y'all, this is science. These are doctors sounding the alarm. I'll say that again. It's now detected in all 50 states. The variant seems to also be putting up a fight against vaccines. One study, which I shared with y'all yesterday from Israel, found that Pfizer shot is 64% effective. Now that's down from 94%. And they say, but it's still highly effective against preventing hospitalizations and severe illnesses. I see you, Kenya. I see you. Yep, it's now, I'm putting Kenya up here, y'all. She's our scientist. She knows what she's talking about. Y'all, listen. So this alert came out again. We received it at 3:03 a.m. They are sounding the alarm. Now, they're saying that it's still highly effective preventing hospitalization and severe illnesses, but they're saying nobody. They said, stop saying it's like the flu. That came out. And then they go on to say, no one wants this, even without the severity of the illness. They're like, you don't want this. Now, Kenya, if you can speak to this, and if you want to come on, if you are dressed, I can pop you in here. Let me know if you want to come in, and I'll send you the link. But they're also saying that they are seeing a connection with blood clots. Kenya, am I correct with this? Not just with the vaccine, but those who had COVID, and also a continuation of brain fog. So Kenya, let me know if that's correct or not. And then they say all health officials still say that getting fully vaccinated works better in the long run than playing the odds. So y'all, that's the information. That's the information. Now, you have to pray about it. You have to talk with your family, talk with your physician, and do what makes sense and best for you. I can't answer that for you. but I want everyone to know the seriousness of this variant that is now in all 50 U.S. states. All 50 U.S. states. Kenya said that's correct. So if y'all didn't see that, I'll put that up there. She's saying correct. So y'all, there's your warning. There's your warning. I got my mask. I'm putting that mask on. I keep it on. All I know is my arm still hurt from the shot. Don't say that. People gonna not come on, girl. Mike Nicholson said the tear. Y'all, that's just serious. She said, no live today. I don't look holy and acceptable. I know you look beautiful, girl. I know without a doubt. I like those hashtags. Mask up, social distance, wash your hands. The virus is still here. Y'all, it really is still here. All right, y'all, they're talking about Melinda French Gates. I didn't know her middle name was Gates. And Bill Gates will continue as co-chairs of the Gates Foundation. Hi, Tracy. Tracy said her arm still works too. I'm going to just put up what Cherie said. I won't repeat it, but bam. There you go. There you go. Y'all, this is, they're sounding the alarm today. So you do what you want to with it. And remember, the Pfizer has dropped from 94% to 64%. And they're saying, stop saying this is like the flu. They said, you don't want this hospitalized at home. You don't want it. They're saying you don't want it. And here's, thank you for putting it up there. Y'all, this is the World Health Organization. Yep, this is it. This is what I've been talking about for months. This is what I've been talking about for months. Don't look holy and acceptable. Y'all are hilarious. There y'all go. There y'all go. When you get the shot. When did I get it? Right. Yeah. And here's the other part about that. People perish for a lack of knowledge. There you go, Pastor Anita. Y'all, here's the truth. And this is true too. And you can find this when you go to that link that, can you just post it up here? Listen, the vaccines are only good for up to 6 months. Now they say those who had COVID, it's longer. It may be indefinite. But those of us who have not had it, they're saying they're only good for up to 6 months. Again, do what you do. Do what you do. CDCs need to stop telling governments to make mass decisions. Yeah, they need to come back. No part of COVID is like the flu. And trust me, he had it. He and his wife both had it. So y'all, Melinda Gates and Bill Gates will continue to co-chair as Gates Foundation. French Gates, I didn't know that was her real name, or that's her last name, will step down after 2 years if the former couple determines they cannot work together. Okay, if anybody's interested. Y'all, 36 states and Washington, D.C. filed an antitrust lawsuit against Google over 30% App Store commission. And director and actor Robert Downey Sr., father of Robert Downey Jr., dies at age 85. It's just interesting when you see people now, you see all these reports and how people are just passing away. Now, y'all, I want everyone to know this because y'all know my platform right now through News in Motion is food insecure. So I decided to do, y'all, my birthday is Monday, July the 19th. So I decided to do a birthday fundraiser for the National Black Farmers Association. You can check it out on my personal Facebook page or our News in Motion Facebook page here. I'll be turning 56 years old on July the 19th. So I'm trying to raise $5,600 that will go directly. It's not but coming past my hands. It's straight from Facebook to the Black Farmers Association. So if you want to give to that, $1, $5, $10, $56, $156, whatever you want to give, please do so. All right, I'm going to get to this today because we're still in the beginning of the third quarter. So again, if you know anybody with a business, a side hustle, want to start a business or whatever, I'm going to give you some free information right now. Free. All right, so I'm going to show you the video we showed on Tuesday. So follow along on the video, and then I'm going to come back with some information. So check this out. That's right, y'all. Make some moves. So here's Thursday's thoughts. Hopefully you have pen, paper, your smartphone, your iPad, your tablet, whatever, and you're going to take some notes here as we go through this. So now, y'all, I'm talking about an evaluation of yourself, an evaluation of your mission statement, evaluation of your vision statement. So you want to have your mission statement. A mission statement should be no more than 25 words. Then you want to have your vision statement that comes off of the mission statement that you have written. I've talked about this before. So the two questions, number one, the first question is, what is working? What is working for you? And question number two, what is not working? So those are your two main questions as the video showed. What's working and what's not working? You have to be honest with yourself and answer those questions. If you see that you're not making any money, if you have a side hustle or a small business, or you're a freelance writer, you're a publisher, you're an author, you're a speaker, you're a coach, whatever it is, you're a counselor, you gotta evaluate. If you have products that you're putting out there, you have to evaluate what is working, what's not working. You also need to look at your forecast. You have to look at the previous graphs, your previous graphs to see, okay, where do you stand? Where do you stand this time last year? And last year was kind of like a bust. So where do you stand this time from 2019? What was your third quarter? What was your second quarter? Because you're looking back just a little bit to see what was working well and what's not working well. All right, so number one, I'm going to give you 7 things. Number one, here's how you're going to evaluate things. Y'all can tell I love this too. Here's how you're going to evaluate things. Number one, you're going to think big and you're also going to be bold. So you're going to think big and you're also going to be bold. So you're going to dream, you're going to vision, you're going to dream, you're going to write it down, you're going to put it on a poster board. You're going to massage that thing in your mind. You're going to write in your journal. You're going to dream big. You're going to see what's out there and what's going on. Now, you're going to surround yourself with the right team. This is all a part of number one. You're going to surround yourself with the right team, the right mentors, the right connections. You're going to build relationships, and in building relationships, you are building strategies. And if I'm going too fast, don't hurt. This is a replay. You can come back and get this. And for everyone who is watching this as a replay, welcome to News in Motion. I've been wanting to say that for a long time, so there it is. So now you want to surround yourself with the right team. You don't want just yes people. You want people who are going to challenge you. All right, you want to build a public profile. Yes. Who or what do you want to be known for? Now, so often we think of business to business, but I want to change that. And I heard this coin somewhere else. I don't know who came up with it, but it's not me. But P2P, which is people to people, that builds your brand, that builds your business, that builds your network, that builds your connections. So you want to build a public profile. But when you're building that public profile, what does your website say? What does your social media platform say? Looking at all of those things, does it speak to who you are? Now, hear me, and I'll use me as an example. I'm the host, I'm the founder, I'm the visionary of News in Motion, but I also do other things. So I have to be very strategic when I'm rolling those things out. Well, we decided to make my website all pretty much surrounded by News in Motion and the podcast, which is now Mimosa Friday, which will start coming back out the week of my birthday. But it doesn't negate the fact that I still do coaching. I still do prayer. I still do Bible study workshops. I still do those things as well. But I have to be strategic in how I do it and how I roll it out. So you have to be mindful. So even the end of last month, I was writing down, okay, what's working? Well, News in Motion is working. It really is working. People are viewing it. People are seeing it. People are making comments. People are emailing us. It's working. But even within that, the fact that it's working, inside it, there's some things that are not working. And so we're starting to pick those things apart as to what's not working and what do we need to remove. Never be so attached to your business or your product that you're not willing to make some changes. When you find that you're so attached that you're not making any changes, that will be the place that you fail. And I'm not speaking failing on you. Don't hear that. I'm trying to get you to say, okay, this isn't working. All right, it's time to drop that and move on to something else. The hardest thing I did was to drop publishing. I don't want to do that no more. No. Now I can consult with you. I can do master classes, which I do around that, but I'm not publishing your book. Why? Well, when you have your pulse on what's happening in that, for me, for that arena, and there's self-publishers everywhere. There was a place and a time where self-publishers need a publishing house, a small boutique publishing house. Now everybody's doing it on their own. Churches are doing their own publishing. People are doing their own publishing. And Ingram is just out of sort because they did a buyout and people started leaving during COVID-19. But we're still in that. But during COVID-19, when everyone had to shut down. So things changed. So for me, it was like, this doesn't work for me anymore. I need to come out of this. I need to come out magazine. All right, daughter, here you go. I'm still a background partner, but here you go. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. And, even when people say, why are you giving that up? Because it's time to give it up. See, that's what we do. Sometimes we miss our exit because we're trying to people please and please what somebody else is wanting and asking of you. Seriously. I was thinking about this the other day, and a good friend of mine, love her dearly, we're like sisters. She was like, Gail, you should do something. You should do something. I was like, no, I'm not doing anything. I ain't doing it. And here's the thing, if I would have gone against being obedient to what God told me to do, and be like, oh, my friend really wants this. She really thinks I should do this. Let me do this. And it's hard when you're like telling your friend, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. But here's the thing. If I would have followed through and said, oh, let me just, my friend really wants this. Let me do this. If I would have done that, I would have lost all kinds of money. Why? Because the whole country was shut down. It was shut down. So it's amazing. Sometimes you don't see what's ahead of you, but that's where it's so important for you to be in the closet with Jesus, just you and him, having a conversation. So you're making sure you're lined up doing what God has called you to do and not based upon what somebody else may want you to do. And hear me, people may ask you to do things with no ill feelings or no harm at all. They want to lift you up. They want to support you. And it's all for good reasons. Yeah, we always sometimes focus on the negative, but let's look at the positive, all for good reasons. They just want you to do well and succeed well. But something on the inside of you is like, no, that's not it. I can't do that. So you have a decision to make. Are you going to be obedient or are you going to be disobedient? So there's that. Number 3, stop focusing on the wrong things. Work on your business, not in it. For example, with News in Motion, I work on it. I am doing some research. I am pulling the pieces. All the admin stuff and the technical stuff, the team is doing that. And why I am on this. Hi, John Gore. And while I'm on this, y'all, no harm, but my team wants me to say this. They're here with me in the morning. They're here with me about 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning. Yes, millennials up that early in the morning. They start leaving, like some of them have already, I can see 4 of them already now have tuned out, which I have 1 still on, just making sure things are running smoothly. Y'all, they go to a real job. They work a real job. Sometimes they're working at 6, 7, 8 p.m. at night. They check the email, the News in Motion with Gail at Gmail email, probably once or twice a week. So please be patient with them. They were sharing yesterday with me. Some of them were letting me know that there were some interesting emails. Listen, y'all, they work full-time jobs. They're doing this as a volunteer. They really are. Please be patient with them. I don't check those emails. I don't check them. They do that. That's the team. And maybe one day we can hire people and they can do that all day long. So please be patient with them. Please, please, please be patient with them. They will check them and they will respond as soon as they can. And don't forget, y'all, we had a 4-day weekend this past weekend. So some of them didn't even touch this. And here's the truth. All of them, I encouraged all of them that the day of the anniversary, now a couple of them stayed on through the end of the week, but the day of the anniversary, which was a Tuesday, I said, all right, y'all, I'll see y'all after the 4th of July. Go do you, because they volunteered. They've been giving me their time and their hours and their brain power for over a year. So I said, no, go do your thing. So y'all give them space. Let them do this. But now focus on your key activities in your business, which will move your business forward in a strategic way. Y'all get clarity on core activities. Get clarity on core activities. Get clarity. I'm going to say that again. Get clarity. Y'all, stop just getting an idea and running out to do it. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. Get the idea, massage the idea, find a trusted person to share the idea with, or get a focus group and have them sign NDAs, that's non-disclosure agreement, to have the discussion. that says that they can't share it, they can't use it, they can't do anything. So y'all get those things done. Get those things done. You want to be the visionary and the leader of the work that you're doing. You don't want to be doing the work, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to get burned out. You're going to get burned out. Number 4, protect your boundaries. Don't allow anybody to stretch you too thin. Protect your boundaries. Number 5, establish key relationships and networks. Build and foster critical relationships. Yep, it's really about who you know. It is what it is. Number 6, evaluate. I'm back to those 2 questions. What's working and what is not working? What's working? What is not working? If you find that you're spending more money than making money, that's not working. Now, in the beginning, at a start, you do have an investment. You put an investment. You are always investing in yourself and your money. But at a certain point, you have to determine, is this 3 months? Is it 6 months? Is it 9 months? Is it 12 months? Is it 3 years? Whatever that is. But if you are continuing to spend money, it's not going to work. I made a post on Medium yesterday, and here's the bottom line. If you take your hours, your labor hours, if you're taking your hours, the time you're spending, the time you have invested, and you break that apart and find out that you didn't make a dime on it, it's not working. It is not working. I know you don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. It's not working. If you find that your labor hours goes far beyond what you had forecast in the beginning, it's not working. It's not working. What is the value of what it is you're producing and putting out there? You have to put a value on yourself. Now, this is what y'all may not want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Listen, if you see yourself as a $20 an hour person, everyone else is going to see you probably about as a $2 hour person. If you see yourself as a $500 per hour person, people will begin to see you as maybe a 75 or 125. There's a difference. You have to command, you have to demand your worth and let people know this is my value. And don't be afraid to walk away. Don't be afraid to walk away. I'll say that again. Don't be afraid to walk away from what's not working. From what's not working. That's why it's so important not to become so attached to what it is that you do, that if you need to walk away, it's going to be difficult for you to do so. Don't be afraid to walk away. I told y'all from the beginning, if ever News in Motion became something that I dread to get up in the morning, it is time for me to walk away. I still jump up around 3:45, 4 o'clock a.m. ready to get to work with News in Motion. It makes my heart sing. There's a difference. Publishing, I needed to walk away from that. Been in it for over 20 years, but I was done with that. I needed to walk away from that. And I walked away. I needed to walk away from even working with my daughter on that. I walked away. So know what it is and where you are when you can walk away. And then number 6, change directions if you must. Change directions if you must. Some of you may be saying, but I don't know what that thing is. Spend time in quiet. Ask people. Get more than 1 or 2 people to speak into that. John Gore says everything has a time and a season. Man, that's so true. Let me put that up there. John, I missed you. Everything has a time and a season, y'all. Everything does. Everything. When my husband and I walked away from pastoring a church, people thought we were nuts. First of all, they thought we were nuts because we were planting our own church. Then all of a sudden, people thought we were nuts. Thank you, Oscar. Then people thought we were nuts when we decided to walk away. Well, God told us time was up. We have done more ministry-wise outside of 4 walls than we ever did every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Seriously. And we did this before the pandemic. So those of you who do experience the pandemic last year, we could have taught y'all all kinds of stuff because we gave that up. I'll never forget, I was on Temple Mount in Israel. And I heard God say, when you go home, tell your husband he has been released. I came home and gave him that word. Babe, God told me to tell you, we've been released. He got up from the table. I thought he was mad at me. I think I told y'all this story before. He comes back with his journal and says, when did God tell you that? When I told him it was in his journal, already written, he said, God, if this is you speaking, send word by my wife that I have been released. So you also have to be obedient. What if I would have came home and never told him that story or told him anything because of fear thinking I ain't hear from God? No, that's God. Know when to walk away. Change directions if you must. Change directions if you must. All right, y'all, for the win, Arizona Secretary of State Katie Hobbs, on Wednesday, she asked Attorney General Mark to open a criminal investigation into possible efforts by former President Donald Trump, excuse me, and his allies to influence the Maricopa County supervisors as the ballots were still being tallied. So y'all, she came forward. That's somebody who's raising their voice. Now look how long it has taken her to raise her voice. But she did. She asked the Attorney General to open up a criminal investigation. A criminal investigation. Y'all, that's what we do. That's what we do. My inspirational message today, and we're out of here. I know we're a little over, but my inspirational message, and I want y'all to hear this, and don't be mad because I'm giving this to you. Don't be carried into the wilderness because of your disobedience. Bam, there it is. Don't be carried into the wilderness because of your disobedience. I'll say that one more time. Do not be carried into the wilderness because of your disobedience. What am I saying here? Sometimes we're in the wilderness because we were disobedient. The Bible that I read says obedience is better than sacrifice. Hello, somebody. So I'll say it again. Don't be carried into the wilderness because of your disobedience. All right, y'all, I'm out. Y'all know what I say. Stay well. And remember, make some moves.